We thought it was done. Just when we thought enough records were broken for the day. Not only does USA get record-breaking viewership and ratings, CBS, come on down. We're going to break some records for you and raise your viewership ratings as well as only the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, can do. CBS receiving their highest rated WNBA game throughout the entire...
Welcome back to another thrilling edition of the Clark Update, where we dive into the latest basketball drama. Today brings an incredibly fascinating story that will absolutely capture your attention from start to finish. Let us not delay this any further and dive right into the heart of the matter. Buckle up and get ready for a wild ride.
If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 93% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video.
Led up to this, Indiana Fever players have not been getting the right calls. Players been getting, might as well say, assaulted on the basketball court, and different various things has been happening. So if you guys have not heard the news, the WNBA made an announcement that the three-point contest, and they listed several people that will be taking part in the three-point contest. And with that being said, Caitlin Clark has declined to take part in it. Now, some people mad, some people ain't. But me, I definitely get why she declined. So Alexa Philippou was the one who kind of broke this story about an hour ago that the three-point contest has been listed. And let's pull it up right now. Alexa Philippou here. Instead of Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caleb McBride were invited to participate in the three-point contest, but declined.
Panic has entirely taken over the WNBA's upper management as a massive crisis hits their media ecosystem tonight. In a shocking turn of events that completely blindsided New York executives, basketball phenom Caitlin Clark delivered a stunning and ruthless rejection to the organization. This unprecedented snub created a historical public relations disaster for women's basketball by totally blowing off the upcoming All-Star three-point shootout. Producers and executives banking on her primetime presence to salvage their dismal summer viewership were met with a slammed door. The league's highly anticipated showcase has now morphed into a complete laughingstock. To grasp why television executives are pulling their hair out in secret meetings, we must examine the contrived promotional tactics and bizarre invitation policies that ignited this firestorm. While the rookie sensation was busy drawing nearly 3 million households and breaking viewership records left and right, the front office was fumbling through baffling operational choices. Supporters grew furious when high-scoring fan favorite Sophie Cunningham was blatantly snubbed despite her stellar shooting statistics. Decision-makers ignored actual court performance and audience desires, betting everything on milking their biggest star's fame to float the entire broadcast. However, Clark instantly spotted the exploitative corporate setup. Rather than allowing executives to cheapen her brand for marketing purposes while disrespecting her peers, she established a firm boundary by refusing to participate in the perimeter challenge. With a single decisive choice, she ripped away the event's biggest magnet. Once news broke of her withdrawal, the entire operation plunged into absolute chaos. Veteran producers scrambled frantically to market a marquee broadcast that just lost the most famous athlete on earth. Nervous sponsors fired off urgent messages while the secondary ticket market instantly collapsed.
0.14 million viewers, up 172% versus last season's average WNBA cable viewership. Caitlin Clark up 172%. And y'all want to keep running around pretending like this person's the face, that person's the face. How ironic is it? Like the highest 4 or 5 viewed games all season is all involving Caitlin Clark. Respect the handle. Read it and weep. It's only one face. That don't mean there are not other great players, fantastic players that I love watching. It's only one face. Respectfully. Caitlin Clark absolutely shutting it down. Look at the people. Only the queen can provide those kind of numbers. The face of the league, Jamel Hill. Caitlin is the face of the league. Now you know. Wow. Record WNBA TV game. It's another game where the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, played. No surprise. Okay? Caitlin Clark absolutely shutting down the viewership. Here it says player of the week.
Television partners are bracing for a catastrophic monetary blow in the wake of this withdrawal. Prominent broadcasting networks bought exorbitant commercial inventory under the strict assumption that her appearance would deliver unprecedented viewership numbers. Without the phenom shooting from beyond the arc, those massive revenue forecasts vanished into thin air. After months of allowing pundits to minimize her transformative influence, these media giants are finally facing a brutal awakening. She is not reliant on the infrastructure built by the organization. In modern athletics, she is the sole reason their programming holds any significant cultural weight. The entire foundation of the perimeter contest immediately crumbled into an unorganized disaster the second she removed herself from the equation. Conventional sports analysts who usually defend front office moves had to go on live television and confess that the situation had devolved into a massive humiliation. Meanwhile, massive digital boycotts began sweeping across social media platforms.
Biggest miss of them all, the viral sensation, the second biggest name in the WNBA, the point princess herself, Sophie Cunningham, who's among the top 5 in three-point percentage from three-point range. Sophie Cunningham doesn't even get an invite to the three-point contest. Interesting. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. 2026 three-point participants: Ryan Howard, Marina Mabrey, AZ Fudd, Bridget Carlton, Natisha Heidemann, and Janelle Salute. As Casey at Behind the Line would say, who, and who? Ryan Howard, Marina Mabrey, AZ. There's like no actual superstar name in this bunch. The biggest name in this bunch is probably AZ Fudd, and she's the biggest name not because of her game. She's the biggest name because of her girlfriend, Paige Beckers. Now I'm just going to...
Countless frustrated spectators flooded the organization's social feeds with intense backlash and vowed to keep their screens powered off during the broadcast. The viewing public delivered a forceful and unambiguous warning to the establishment. Whenever out-of-touch executives prioritize exploiting their premier talent over rewarding actual athletic merit, the paying audience will simply walk away. This fallout sparked an incredible wave of unity inside locker rooms as athletes banded together against the corporate leadership. Megastars refused to participate in these administrative popularity contests, and prominent figures like Cunningham openly called out the ridiculous selection process, which completely stunned union representatives. The old assumption that athletes will blindly obey corporate directives has been entirely shattered. Competitors are waking up to their collective influence and pushing back against clueless organizational choices that sacrifice integrity for cheap viewership metrics.
Networks, but y'all trying to say somebody else is the face of the league. Cut it out. Cut it out. Only Caitlin Clark can do this. Now we chug along. Here it says Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Kayla McBride were all reportedly invited to participate in the WNBA three-point contest, but declined. And you know what I say? Stick it to him, Caitlin. I think Caitlin is entering her I don't give a damn era, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. She's entering that I don't give a damn era because she finally realized she woke up and smelled the coffee. Caitlin, there's nothing you can do to get these jealous, hating, envious people to like you. You giving them the highest view ratings for a WNBA three-point shootout, raising the bar. You getting them multi-million-dollar contracts. You getting them all PJ. They still don't like you. They are jealous. They are haters. They despise you. You don't need to run around trying to please them anymore. You don't need to run around trying to help them anymore. Give them the middle finger and do your thing on the basketball court. Damn them. You've done enough, and they've been very...
Inside the secretive offices of major television networks, urgent strategy sessions have devolved into vicious finger-pointing. Top-tier producers are frantically scrambling to salvage their programming schedules, fully recognizing that the upcoming weekend spectacular will draw significantly fewer eyes than standard regular season games featuring the rookie sensation. Pitching primetime inventory to advertisers becomes nearly impossible when the marquee draw vanishes and the core fan base actively refuses to tune in. The establishment is receiving a brutal lesson that manufacturing hype is impossible without authentic participation from the athletes themselves. This intense standoff exposes a monumental and permanent transformation within the modern sports media environment. For decades, legacy organizations maintained absolute authority over their rosters, dictating exactly who received promotional pushes and who faded into obscurity. Today, true commercial leverage rests firmly in the hands of the individuals. The core of this record-breaking athlete's immense influence stems directly from genuine excellence.
Being named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week after she became the first player in WNBA history to record 45 points and 10 assists in a win over Seattle. Caitlin Clark became the fastest player also to reach 200 points off three-pointers. So this right here will be the three-point contest recipients. As you guys can see here, this is the banner I believe the WNBA put out here, and Caitlin Clark's name ain't on there, bro. Nope, it ain't on there. Buckets incoming. Meet the competitors for this year's three-point contest. Has over 240,000 views and 156 comments. For another year, Caitlin Clark is not in the WNBA three-point contest. Now, AZ Fudd is there. I don't know the current shooting percentage of Sophie and Caitlin right now, but I think it's pretty damn high. Sophie for sure. For somebody that's losing her fans, I would imagine Caitlin Clark will want to participate. She's disappointed and she wants all the fame without putting in the work. You sound like a damn hater. And Caitlin Clark is not losing her fans. Caitlin Clark is protesting. I believe this is a silent protest. Here it is. Somebody says Sophie ranked.
Coupled with an enduring bond with an army of passionate supporters, she possesses unparalleled leverage. Whenever she chooses to walk away from an obligation, her massive following leaves right alongside her, abandoning the corporate decision-makers entirely. Pundits and gatekeepers, who spent countless hours attempting to minimize her unprecedented financial pull, are now facing a harsh reality check. For a long time, talking heads desperately argued that the sport's sudden massive growth was an organic, league-wide phenomenon spread evenly across all franchises. This targeted blackout completely destroyed that specific narrative. The moment she withdrew her name, every single advertiser, network boss, and everyday viewer witnessed the undeniable difference between an authentic cultural icon and artificially generated marketing buzz.
And talk shit about them and then blame Indiana Fever fans, and they come to find out it's not even them.
That's the nasty part. That's the actual real nasty part. Is Chelsea Gray tried to frame it as these are Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever fans. You have been getting them type of messages weeks before other games. You planned out to respond and make a big deal of it after a Fever game because you knew that what the optics would be. That's the nasty part.
This is bullshit. And guess what? This all get brought on Caitlin Clark. That's the most bull. She has to denounce everything. Like, oh, it's racism in the world. Caitlin Clark, you should say something. Oh, it's this in the world. Caitlin Clark, you should say something. You should fix every problem. Get more black coaches hired, Caitlin Clark. How about you go out there and say how great Asia Wilson is, Caitlin Clark? How about you? Like, it's getting ridiculous, guys. Like, she can't be to blame for everything. You know why? Because nobody cared about this shit before she came here. So you couldn't blame nobody because nobody was watching. Now they're watching and her fan base come in. And granted, there are going to be some assholes out there.
Across countless online communities, the audience's reaction has transformed into a legitimate cultural pushback. Legions of fans celebrated the Guards' choice to boycott the shootout, viewing it as a masterful strike against front office hubris. Amateur documentary videos detailing the entire saga are generating vastly more engagement than any of the organization's sanctioned promotional campaigns. By voting with their viewership and their wallets, consumers proved that honoring the sport's integrity will always defeat corporate manipulation. This isn't merely a temporary headache that will blow over by next month. It represents a monumental turning point that will permanently alter how management handles its business. Executives can never again take their premier talents for granted or push through arrogant directives without triggering immediate and devastating economic ruin. The era of unchecked administrative overreach is officially dead. The ultimate authority now belongs solely to the actual performers who generate the revenue and push the sport forward. What are your thoughts on this superstar completely derailing the three-point shootout and exposing the league's management? Was her stand against corporate favoritism a legendary display of leverage, or did the organization sabotage itself by alienating beloved shooters like Cunningham in the first place? Drop your hottest takes and unfiltered opinions down in the discussion section. Let us get a massive debate going in the replies. Crush that thumbs up button to show your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss another groundbreaking analysis. Pass this upload along to any dedicated basketball fans who want the unfiltered reality of the situation. We appreciate you tuning in and cannot wait to catch you in the next monumental update.